Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the types of OLAP systems. These are the types. The OLAP is broadly classified into these many types: ROLAP, MOLAP, HOLAP, that is nothing but relational OLAP, multidimensional OLAP, hybrid OLAP, and there are some other categories also. So these other categories are being classified into VOLAP, DOLAP, MOLAP, and SOLAP. So one by one we will see. Actually, the basic classification of this is up to this only. This is the actual classification, right? This is what I can say. Whatever here I have added, this particular part is additional, right? So this OLAP, DOLAP, MOLAP, and SOLAP, those are nothing but the what I can say. They are there. They are being classified as a special types. Okay, so we'll see one by one. Now, before continue with the different types of OLAP system, let me quickly revise what we have seen earlier. So we have started with the types of OLAP system. We have started with the cube, that is nothing but the hypercube. So this is the OLAP cube which we have talked about. Here we are having three dimensions I have taken, and I have told you it has been represented in X, Y, and Z direction for your understanding. So in X direction, I am having in the X axis I am having the PC, means the product category. On the Y axis I am having the quarters, and on the Z axis I am having the territories, like the different countries. Then we have talked about what is that overlap, then the different operations like roll up, drill down, slice and dice, and pivot. So these are the four operations we have already seen. So roll up is nothing but whenever we are reducing the dimensions, when we are moving from, if I want to tell you, when we are moving from cities to countries, or when we are moving from a day to the year, that is called as the roll up process or roll up. And the drill down, when we are coming from the bigger attribute to the lower attributes. For example, when we are coming from the quarter one to the months, or I can say from months to the days, that is called as the drill down. Then we also talked about slice operation. So in slice operation, whenever we are cutting the cube, for example, if we are selecting only one slice of that cube on or one row or one dimension, then it is called as slice operation. And dice operation is nothing but when we are selecting two or more dimensions, then it is called as the dice operation. And last operation is pivot. It is nothing but the rotation of the axis, right? Means whatever is in the x-axis, that will be going to the y-axis, and if anything will be in z-axis, and anything and the other quantity will be in x-axis, so they will get interchanged. Okay, now so these are the types. Already I have given you an overview of this. Okay, so these are the types, I can say. Here one by one I will take, and one by one will go. So here basically the OLAP is broadly classified into three types. The first one is this relational. The first one is nothing but the relational OLAP, the first category. Second category is nothing but the multidimensional OLAP, and the third category is nothing but the hybrid OLAP. So these are the three categories are there, right? And whatever we are seeing after this, whatever we are going to see after this particular line, those are nothing but the additional one, right? Means they are being specifically designed for a particular application. Okay, so we'll see one by one. Here I am having the relational OLAP. What this relational OLAP is, as the name itself suggests, relational OLAP. Relational OLAP means is nothing but it is depending on a relational algebra or relational operations. So it is an extended RDBMS, or extended relational database management system, along with the multidimensional data mapping, which we are going to map with the standard relational operations. I will quickly repeat. This relational algebra expression is this relational OLAP is nothing but an extended relational database management system, along with the multidimensional along with the multidimensional data, which we are going to map with the relational operations. Now here we are having two things. The first one is nothing but the multidimensional data, and this multidimensional data we are going to map with the standard relational operations. That is the relational OLAP, right? Means what? Whenever we are requiring a detailing, that detailing will be managed. That detailing will be managed by these relational algebra expressions. Whatever the detailing we are going to give, that detailing will be mapped or detailing will be done by the relational algebra expression. And in multidimensional data we are going to aggregate the things or consolidated the things, so the aggregation will get done on the, now whatever the mapping of this aggregation with this detailing, that will be done by this relational OLAP. Okay, what the aggregation will be done by whom? The aggregation will be done by the multidimensional data or multidimensional whatever the data we are going to get, that will be always in an aggregate form. And whatever the data we'll get in the by using the standard relational operations, that will be always in terms of the detailed, that will be always in terms of in a detailed way, the detailed data. So the aggregation or the mapping of that detailed data with the mapping of the detailed data with the aggregated data will be done by the relational operation. Okay, we are going to see this in detail again. There we are having a second category, second type, that is called as the multidimensional OLAP, MOLAP. This multidimensional OLAP is what? As the name suggests, it is implementing the data operation in multidimensional data. Whatever the data we are going to collect from multidimensional databases for multidimensional data from different sources, that will be done by this multidimensional OLAP. Right, then we are having the third category. Here the detailing will not be there. See, here whatever we are going to do here, no detailing will be there because it is in aggregated form. Here no detailing will be there. Detailing will be where? Detailing will be here. Here the total detailing will be there. Right, here I will be having a detailing. Here I will be having in MOLAP system, multidimensional OLAP, there will be no detailing. Right. Now the third category we are going to talk about, that is called as the hybrid online analytical processing, means the hybrid OLAP, HOLAP. So this hybrid OLAP is nothing but what? It is a combination of this non-detailing and detailing. The combo of this relational OLAP and multidimensional OLAP is nothing but the hybrid OLAP. Okay, the combination of the hybrid the combination of the the aggregation, or I can say the combo of relational OLAP and multidimensional OLAP. If I am doing a union of this, then I will be getting what? It will be equals to the hybrid OLAP, right? Why it is called as hybrid OLAP? Because it does what it does, whatever the data we are going to get by using the multidimensional data, that will be in aggregated form, right? And whatever the data we are going to get from the relational database, that will be in a detailed form, right? Whatever the data we are going to get from the what I can say relational database, that will be in detailed form. And whatever the data we are going to get from the multidimensional database, that will be always in terms of the aggregated data, right? So this aggregation and this detailing, if I am combining together, I will be getting the hybrid data. Means I will be getting the data in terms of, yeah, I can increase the efficiency with the help of rollup model, and the performance will get increased by the molap model, right? See, here if I am using both this, a combo of this, right? So the aggregated totals, whatever the aggregated totals I'll be getting by using the different measures, that I am going to store by using in a multidimensional database, that I am going to store in a multidimensional database. And the detailed data I am going to store in a relational database, right? And if I am doing in this way, what will happen? I will be getting efficiency. Who is offering efficiency? This relational database is offering the efficiency, right? But this molap database doesn't offers the efficiency. So I will be getting the efficiency from this relational database, and I will be getting the performance by using this molap. I'll be getting the performance by using this molap, right? So that's why it is called as a hybrid OLAP, combo of relational OLAP and multidimensional OLAP. Okay, now. Now, there are certain other terms like desktop OLAP, web OLAP. So as the name itself suggests, what do you mean by desktop OLAP? In desktop OLAP, a user downloads the part of the data from the database, right, locally on their desktop, and they can analyze that. And as the name itself suggests, what do you mean by DOLAP? It is a desktop OLAP. So as the name itself suggests, desktop OLAP means what? Whatever the analysis I am going to do, that will be on my PC only, on my local PC only. Okay, then I am having a DOLAP. So this DOLAP is nothing but what? It is a desktop OLAP, right? You know, it is cheaper. Why? Because we need not deploy anything. Simply we need to download the data from a particular database and that we need to analyze. So it is relatively cheaper. It is relatively cheaper as compared to the other. Okay, then I am having here web OLAP. As the name itself suggests, it is a web OLAP, W OLAP or WOLAP. I can read it out. So this web OLAP is what? It is a OLAP system which can be accessible by the browser, and it is a three-tier architecture, right? Why it is a three-tier architecture? See, you people have already learned what do you mean by the three-tier architecture, but still I will revise it. See, this web OLAP is utilizing the web browser, and this whenever a web browser comes into picture, it will be a three-tier architecture. How it will be a three-tier architecture? I will be having a client, I will be having a server, a database server, which will be connected to a particular database, and in between I will be having a middleware. So the client will be sending the request through middleware. This middleware will send the request to the server. Server will send the response to the server will send the response to the middleware, and this middleware will send the response, appropriate response to the client. So this is my client, this is my server, and this is my middleware. Okay. So that's why this web OLAP is utilizing a middleware whenever there will be a computation, and it will be a three-tiered architecture, and I will be requiring a middleware to have a connectivity or to have the communication between the client and server. Then I am having the second last mobile OLAP. What this mobile OLAP is, it whatever the analysis is to be done, that will be done by using the mobile device. That is called as the mobile OLAP. Whatever the analysis we are going to do, that will be done by the mobile OLAP. Then we are having a spatial OLAP. So this spatial OLAP, they are being designed for a particular application like geographical information system. They are being they are being made in such a way that for a particular application, for example, like geographic information system for satellite imaging, for weather forecasting. So there are data warehouses which are separately designed, which are separately created for weather forecasting, for satellite imaging. So there we are utilizing the special type of OLAPs. Okay, so hope so you people are getting it, whatever I am trying to tell you. If you are having anything to ask, you can ask me at any time. Then, so what we have seen till now, see, we have started with the OLAP, relational OLAP, then multidimensional OLAP, then hybrid OLAP. So these are the three major categories. Then we are having subcategories like web OLAP, desktop OLAP, mobile OLAP, and special type of OLAP. So all categories we have seen. Right now, in a detailed way, we'll talk about what do you mean by ROLAP. Three major categories: ROLAP, then MOLAP, and HOLAP. So these three categories we are going to talk in a detailed way in terms of advantages and disadvantages, everything. So you know already what do you mean by ROLAP. Just now we have talked of what do you mean by ROLAP. It is the relational what I can say, the extended relational DBMS, where the facts and dimensions we are going to keep in terms of the relational tables. Why? Because in relational OLAP we are going to use the ER model. We don't use the fact constellation schema and snowflake schema. We need to use the ER schema, means entity relationship schema. So here, whenever as why we are using the ER model, because in a relational OLAP everything will be in terms of entity relationship model, and whatever the fact tables and dimension tables are there, those fact tables and dimension tables will also be represented or stored in terms of the relational tables, right? It allows the multidimensional analysis of data by using the cube only. We are going to use here the, what I can say, by using the cube only, right? But we are going to represent that data in relational tables. Then it is the fastest one. It is having the high data efficiency. There are certain advantages are there. So we are going to talk about the advantages. It is very high. The efficiency is very high because the query performance will be fast, and the whatever the languages we are utilizing for writing the queries, that are very fast. That's why the data efficiency will be very fast. Then the second one is, the second advantage is scalability. It is scalable because we are using the entity relationship model to uh, to write the queries. That's why the scalability will be more. We can manage the large amount of data or large volumes of data, even if the data will be in increasing model, or even if the data will be in increasing mode. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of the ROLAP, relational OLAP. Now we'll talk about MOLAP. What do you mean by? Yeah, but before that, let me talk about the disadvantages. There are certain disadvantages also that we are going to talk about. So the first disadvantage is the demand for the higher resources. Because I am using a relational, the extended RDBMS, so I'll be requiring much detailing. आणि जर मला डिटेलिंग लागणार असेल, then I'll be requiring a high utilization of manpower, software and hardware resources. If I am going to do detailing, because it is related to a relational databases, this relational the RDBMS I am going to utilize. That's why I'll be requiring high manpower, high end software and high end hardwares. Okay. Then we are having in the other disadvantage is the data limitations, the aggregate data limitations. There are data limitations. Why there are data limitations? Because we are going to use SQL for all calculations. We are going to use SQL as a tool to write the query, right, and to calculate the aggregation of the data. That's why there are no limits where these computations are going to end. That's why there will be no limitations where these computations are going to end. That's why there is aggregate limitations of the data are there. Next one, I am having the slow query performance. Now the just now we have talked about key in relational OLAP, the query performance is slow as compared to MOLAP. In MOLAP we are having multidimensional databases, sorry, multidimensional databases. Why? Because collecting the data from multiple sources, right? So that's why the performance is fast in MOLAP, but the efficiency is less. And in ROLAP the efficiency is faster, but the performance is slower, right? The query performance is lower as compared to MOLAP. Now we'll talk about the MOLAP. We have seen what do you mean by ROLAP, what are the advantages and disadvantages of the OLAP. The ROLAP, the relational algebra, sorry, the relational OLAP. Now we are going to talk about what do you mean by MOLAP. So as you can see, it is storing the data in a hypercube only, in a whatever the OLAP cube we have seen, that there we are going to store the data, right? And it is going to represent the data in terms of the array based multidimensional storage engines, like to represent the multidimensional view of data like the OLAP cube which we have earlier seen. right? Now there are the hybrid OLAP is also there, that also we'll see. So this hybrid OLAP, just now we have seen it is it is a combo of both the relational OLAP and sorry, it is a combination of both the relational OLAP and the MOLAP, multidimensional OLAP, right? Why? Because the MOLAP offers the fast computation and the ROLAP offers the high efficiency. So if I am combining these two, I will be getting these are the two advantages, or I can say these are the two functions. The aggregated and computed data is stored in a multidimensional OLAP, and the detailing will be done by using the relational databases or relational RDBMS that will get stored in the relational databases. Means what? Two types of databases I am going to use. The first one will be a multidimensional databases, which will be handled by the uh, MOLAP, and the relational databases will be handled by the ROLAP or ROLAP. Okay, so this is the advantages of this hybrid OLAP. Now we'll see the advantages and disadvantages of the OLAP, not of this. Again, I am repeating, these are the advantages and disadvantages of not of this hybrid OLAP. We are going to talk about okay. Let me see what I have written here. Yeah, there are here we are having separately. I have listed out the advantages and disadvantages of the OLAP that we'll talk about later. First of all, let me clear this, the advantages and disadvantages of the HOLAP, means hybrid OLAP. So there are certain advantages of the hybrid OLAPs are there. The first one, we are talking about the advantages of hybrid OLAP. So here we are having the disk space, and whatever the things are there that we can economize, means we can, what I can say, the cost we can reduce, right? Then the second advantage is that we are using the cube technology, means the hypercube, which allows the faster performance. And the relational algebra, the relational OLAP we are using, that will perform better, that will the detailing will be performed much more the detailing will be there. That's why the real time performance will be, or the efficiency will be more faster. Why? The rollup, there are there are two types. In this hybrid rollup, we are combining rollup and molap. What will rollup will do? The rollup will instantly update, and molap user can access this real-time data instantly. And the molap, what molap does? The molap will clean will clean the data, and the conversion of the data will be more faster. So if I am combining this rollup and molap together, we'll be having the efficiency as well as the performance. But apart from this, we are having certain disadvantages also. So the first disadvantage, the disadvantages of the hybrid OLAP, you can see. The first disadvantage is it is very complex. The complexity level is very fast because we are combining the relational algebra, the relational OLAP, and have the multidimensional OLAP, MOLAP, and ROLAP together. That's why the complexity of designing is very high. Then there might be a chance of the overlapping. Why? Because the functionalities of the OLAP and ROLAP will get mixed up. So there may be a chance that it will get overlap. Okay, so these are the advantages and disadvantages of the hybrid OLAP. Now we are going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of the OLAP, what we have seen. This part I am talking about now. Now I am talking about, let me record this separate lecture because already more time is there.